What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is ranking the SummerSlam 2025 matches. Now, I do have to be honest with you, I'm making this video a little bit late. I couldn't record before, so now we are finally ranking the SummerSlam 2025 matches. And today, we have all the matches that we're going to go through, and we're going to rank them from worst to the best match. And honestly, SummerSlam 2025, really good PLE. There was some really good matches, but there was some that I have to say were a little mediocre. So let's get started and start talking about some of these matches. Talking about Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. This is, I would say, by far the worst match of SummerSlam 2025. And it kind of sucks. I mean, Karrion Kross could be on his way out of WWE. We don't know technically what's going to happen for sure. But to be honest with you, the feud was looking good. It was looking like it was going to hit a high point in SummerSlam. I thought maybe they had either two things happen. Karrion actually win it, which would be insane, absolutely insane if that happened. Or we would get Sami using the pipe and winning, and Karrion Kross won mentally, but not actually physically. What did we get? Instead, Sami not using the pipe, immediately using a finisher and winning on a really short match, and it meant nothing. For that reason, the match is just at the end. It was not the best match. It was not great. I would say this is the only match at SummerSlam that I have to say it wasn't a great match. And I think it just had weird endings, and it was just booking superhero Sami, which is fine at points, but for something like this with Karrion Kross, didn't really like it. At number 11, we have Jacob Fatu versus Sosako for the U.S. title. I'm very sad that this is my 11th match. Now, it's not bad. I don't think it's a bad match, but it didn't hit for me. And Jacob Fatu is one of my favorites. So when he was going into this match, I was excited. I thought, okay, maybe Fatu would win. Maybe there would be something where the MFTs can't be involved because obviously it's a steel cage match. Sosako has to fight for his own. Maybe they'll go hard. Whatever it might be. No, doesn't happen that way. What happens is Jacob Fatu is about to, break himself out of the handcuffs that the MFT put him in. He breaks himself out, stops Sosako. Thought something crazy was going to happen. Instead, it's just hit him in the face with the steel door. Sosako falls and wins. I think it was a very sucky way to end the match. I think it did not help, what was going on in the feud. It wasn't great. And I think the spot with the ultimate, mighty moonsault was amazing. I think that was a great thing to happen. But the thing is that I believe if that was a planned spot, you should have had it during the match. So it's actually adding towards the match. It wasn't in the match. So because of that, I put it lower. I don't think it was as great as a match that it could have been. But hopefully Jacob Fatu can get out of this U.S. title area and start going to main event style, because I think it's time to unleash him. Up next at number 10, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. I think this was a product of being after the TLC match, being after two matches that were, non-DQ, Extreme Rules. Look at the first one, could have been Extreme Rules because there was no DQ. Then you had TLC, and then you had this match. You had a street fight later on. You had, not Dominic Mysterio. Why am I forgetting it? The Jacob Fatu match. There's just so many matches that on this second card that did not have, rules against it. And for that reason, this match just felt a little overbooked. I don't think it was a bad match. I think this is where we start getting to good matches. I thought it was a good match, but it wasn't great. And there were some matches I like way more over this one. And I just thought the crowd wasn't into it too, which didn't help them. I did like this. It's just, it wasn't hitting fully. It felt really overbooked. Maybe it was the zip ties thing taking me out, which I don't think it happens, but wasn't a great thing to happen. And honestly, I was just taken out a little bit, I think. And I think the crowd didn't help at all, and that's probably the biggest contribution to not letting me like this match as much. At number 9 is Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Now, I think more people like this than me. I didn't really like it as much. It felt like a lot of finishing moves, a lot of it was just a quick match. And for me, I want that build up. which, some people are different on how they like their matches. This was a quick hitting match where it felt like finisher after finisher after finisher. They're going to finish people immediately. I just didn't like it. I thought the finish with the foot with Jade Cargill was kind of goofy. I just think it wasn't amazing. I know that some people will say, well, Jade Cargill. Let me say this. I just think Jade Cargill matches, this is how they're going to be. It's not going to be a long match. It's going to be a quick sort of match. It's going to be mostly finishers, mostly doing spots like that. And then they're going to have, either Jade winning or someone winning off of something crazy, which was Tiffany Stratton with the moonsault. I didn't hate this match. I think there is just better matches than this. But I have to say, it's still a decent match. There was still some great finishers. There was still some great spots that they had. And I think this is the beginning of a story, not the end. So that's another reason why it's not as high on this list. At number 8, we have Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Judgment Day. I think this match was good. I think this is where we start getting very good matches. This match, there wasn't really anything horrible with it. It was just I like other matches, and I think that's fine. I think you had good spots. I think you had hints towards, Flair turning. This was a good match. It was the right winner, in my opinion. There's not much else to say. That it just felt like it was the right choice. They had good spots. They did good things. They showed chemistry on both sides of the teams. So this was good, but there's just better matches in my opinion. I like Dominic Mysterio versus SAJ Styles. Well, it's not SAJ Styles. It's supposed to be AJ Styles, but we can ignore that. AJ Styles, to me, this was one of the funnier matches, and I think that's why I liked it more. I think if you're looking for just in-ring stuff, I think maybe I could knock this down other than Charlotte Flair, but I think with the Eddie Guerrero tribute, it was really good. I think Dominic was really over in the match. I think Dominic in the boot, calling back with Kurt Angle. I think, the coming in, the DQ spots. It was a fun, good match, and I know this is going to just be something that they keep on going back to, and I really liked this match. I thought it was a really fantastic match to have. I would say in-ring, it's not as good as Charlotte Flair, but it's a better match in my opinion because of the story aspect that goes on along it. Up next, at number 6, Randy Orton, Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Now, this is where I would say these are great, great matches. I think this match, surprisingly, was fantastic for the spots, for what Jelly Roll did, for the story that was in the match. I cannot believe how good this match was. It is shocking to me how good this match was. I think Randy Orton, Jelly Roll, what a team. What a team. I'm very happy, and I have so much respect for Jelly Roll for taking that pin and losing. A lot of people talk about how celebrities, when they're in here, they immediately have to say, I'm not losing, and they have to win. We had a celebrity come in here and admit that he's going to lose, and he lost, and take the pin. That is a nice relief and breath of fresh air. I had to say that my respect for Jelly Roll for taking the hits, for doing these spots, up. Where I'm excited to see Jelly Roll come back to WWE, maybe for a WrestleMania match against Logan Paul. So I really like this match. I thought they had the right winner, told a good story. I just overall really like this match. Up next at number 5, we have Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. Now, I think this match is not as good as the WrestleMania match, but it is a pretty good match. I think you look at certain spots, you look at certain things like kicking out, stopping the match. I don't know about you, but WWE, for me, when it comes down to triple threats, have been usually cooking with how they do triple threats. I've always loved, certain spots happening. This isn't the triple threats where it's 3 of the women going against each other at the same time. They did have some of the same spots. It was more just single matches, which that's why it's not as good as the WrestleMania 41 match. But I do have to say it's still a good match, right winner. And Naomi pinning Rhea Ripley is a big deal. That's a huge thing for Naomi. So having her at number 5, or having this match at number 5, it was just overall a very, very good match. At number 4, we have Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Division. I have to say, for starting off SummerSlam weekend, this was probably a really, really, and I mean really good match to have. They clearly did not need the win. The Vision did, because obviously it's like a main event match. Um, Braun Breaker looked like a star. He looked like that Roman and Braun Breaker match is going to do wonders in the future. We have Jey Uso, who's there, that's so overhyped to start off SummerSlam weekend, makes so much sense. Bronson Reed shine on his own. This was a fantastic match to have. I think having Roman Reigns, Jey Uso win was right, because it's going to trickle into a bigger effect with Seth Rollins later in that night, but also just in the future. So, good match, had good spots, some spots that were insane. That match in general just excited me for a Roman and Braun feud, which is going to happen in the future. Now, going into here, these are matches that I personally will say that is in my contention for match of the year. I'm going to have a video that's my top 10 personal favorite matches of 2025 so far, and it's going to be halfway through at SummerSlam. I have to say, this match, I love the slow build. They did the exact same thing like they did at WrestleMania 40 with Gunther and Sammy, where it's slow build. Gunther is absolutely destroying. No one thinks Gunther is going to lose. Something crazy happens, and then Gunther loses, obviously. So they did the same thing. I understand why they did the blood spot, knowing that he had the injury beforehand, which obviously is going to make him be out for a long time, which I'm going to guess gets surgery, comes back, and then now he's insane again. I liked it. I thought it was the right choice. I thought CM Punk winning made so much sense. I also thought it was perfect that Seth Rollins would cash in, because he said, if I'm breathing, I'm going to take out Punk. So I have to be honest with you, this match overall, I am going back to watch it multiple times. Like, this is a slow building match. It's hard hitting. It works well. One of, if not the perfect match for me to see in a Gunther. And this just gets me so excited for Gunther matches, because he's very adaptable on how he has his matches. He can have these underdog matches. He can have hard hitting matches. He can look so weak against certain people and then win. Like, I think it was Randy Orton Gunther. He kind of looked weak a little bit in that match, and then obviously later on destroyed and won. So I am very happy for this, and I am very excited for the future when it comes down to, Gunther, when it comes down to Punk, when it comes down to this World Heavyweight title. Top 2 matches are, I would say, my top 5-ish, around there, matches of the year. The TLC match, my God, is just a train wreck happening all at the same time, where matches in ladders and people are jumping through tables and 4-corner spots. This was a great match. It felt destructive. It felt like there was insane spots, insane moves, stuff you haven't seen, more than just the tag teams taking spots. It was great, and I think it was better than the SmackDown TLC match after WrestleMania. Really didn't expect Wyatt 6 to win, but they did, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I think they're just going to keep building the Wyatt 6. I don't really know what else to say about this match other than, if you haven't seen it, please watch it, because it's just insane spots on insane spots on insane spots. But not my number one, ultimately, is no matter what going to go John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, because it kind of told a story of, it was really a sorry for this WrestleMania 41, where you have 2 baby faces going after it. You have hints of the future. You have hints of the past. You have them just going after each other. This is a 5-star match by far. I think John Cena and Cody Rhodes deserves to be booked as one of the best, if not the best match of 2025. I think Cody Rhodes, it was a passing of the torch to him. It's like a storybook, not ending, but because there's still obviously more, but it's just passing of the torch match that people should be looking back at and see that this is the guy who's the new John Cena. It really is. And that's just what it feels like. That's what probably it's going to be when we look back at this match for years. And for that reason alone, you have the nostalgia factor. You have the great in-ring wrestling factor. That's a match of the years. And, best match of the night by far. We got the salute. We got the ending of John Cena's, ever title run. This is his last ever title run. Ending as a babyface and ending in one of the best matches we have seen in his career. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. See you in the next one. Goodbye.